The Chicago Bears are officially out of their bye week and on to week 7. What is going on, y'all? Five Sports Talk back at it with another video talking, of course, some NFL. And here to give you guys my preview and prediction for the Bears game versus the New Orleans Saints. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. Make sure to go ahead and subscribe, guys, by hitting the big red subscribe button down below. It helps me out a lot when you support the channel, so go ahead and do so and hit the bell icon to be notified every time I drop a new video. And while you're at it, folks, make sure to follow me on my social media links down below and on the screen for my Twitter and my Instagram. You guys can interact with me, debate, talk, whatever it is. I'm here for you guys. Okay, it is time to talk about the Bears versus the Saints. This is the toughest matchup to date, easily, that the Bears have faced. So I've got a lot to say. Let's get started. So I will begin my analysis with the Saints. I won't even be talking about the Bears for now. It's all about the Saints because they deserve to be talked about, folks. They are 5-1 on the year, and 4 of those wins have come without their starting quarterback. My pick for league MVP at the start of the year, Drew Brees. And by the way, after Drew Brees got hurt, I amended my pick to Russell Wilson, and he looks like he's going to be the MVP. So far, he is. Just wanted to point that out. With that being said, they have reeled off 4 straight wins without Drew Brees. And the Saints, again, I want to point out, were the team that I picked to go to the Super Bowl this year from the NFC, folks. So that is how much respect I have for the New Orleans Saints. Okay, so let's talk about their record and who they have beaten. So 5-1, like I mentioned. And these are the teams that they have beaten in their last 4 games. At Seattle, a very impressive win. Now looking at how good Seattle is with Russell Wilson playing at an MVP level. They beat the Cowboys at home in a low-scoring game. They beat the division rival Tampa Bay Buccaneers 31-24. And they beat the Jacksonville Jaguars in the hottest thing right now in Minshew Mania with Gardner Minshew. And they completely shut them out 13-6. Okay, so they can win high scoring and they can win low scoring. They can win ugly or they can win big. So the Saints have proven to you that they are legit, folks. I'm telling you, there's a reason I picked this team to come out of the NFC, because they are that damn good in all phases. And you're seeing it now, even with a backup quarterback in Teddy Bridgewater, what they're able to do. So let's talk about Teddy Bridgewater, their quarterback, because the first thing I want to address is Drew Brees will not, N-O-T not, be back for this game, folks. Okay, I don't want people to even think about it, because here's the thing. Drew Brees has always been targeting a week 9-10 return, and I believe that is still the case. It's too early for him with that thumb injury. 99.9% I'm saying Drew Brees doesn't play, so I'm going to make my pick with the assumption that Drew Brees is out and it is still Teddy Bridgewater under center, okay? Now, the line hasn't even been out for this game. I'm making this video before all of that comes out, just going off of, obviously what I know and what I think it will be. The Bears are at home, so they could be favored, though, again, I'm not very confident about it. But with that being said, let's talk about Teddy Bridgewater and Drew Brees' relief, what he has done. A lot of people, myself included, were not high on Teddy Bridgewater. To me, he's a pop gun arm quarterback who really can't throw the ball down the field. And I thought, obviously, the Saints would struggle. I did not see them, obviously, winning every single game without Drew Brees. I thought they would for sure lose against Seattle, for sure. And then even Dallas, without Drew Brees, I thought that could have been a loss. But no, they proved me wrong. And Teddy Bridgewater, to his credit, I should say, he's been playing pretty well. So let's talk about his stat line. At Seattle, 177 passing yards, 2 touchdowns. Then against Dallas, 193 passing yards, no touchdowns in that one. But then had a monster game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, threw for 314 passing yards and 4 touchdowns. And then against Jacksonville, 240 yards and a touchdown. So he's been a little up and down, but he has certainly been a lot better than what other people and myself have thought Teddy Bridgewater would do. He is more than a game manager at this point, and that's what he's playing like for the Saints. But don't get it mistaken, this team still runs through, when Drew Brees is not there, Alvin Kamara and Michael Thomas, okay? Without Drew Brees, obviously, with Drew Brees, it would have been a 3-headed monster, but now it's the 2-headed monster with Michael Thomas and Alvin Kamara. And Michael Thomas, again, he has been a machine, an absolute machine in these 4 games. 5 catches, 54 yards, and a touchdown. 9 catches, 95 yards, 11 catches, 182 yards, and 2 touchdowns against the Bucs, and 8 catches for 89 yards against Jaguars. So he's just been a machine. And Alvin Kamara has been pretty good as well. So this team, Sean Payton has them coached up, and they are playing unbelievable right now. I haven't even mentioned their defense, which has been lights out. Like I said, they shut down Gardner Minshew, who is the hottest thing right now in the NFL, right? So the Saints are loaded, okay? That is the whole point here. If it's not clear by now how good this Saints team is. So the Bears coming off the bye week, we are expected to get Mitchell Trubisky, the starting quarterback for the Chicago Bears, back. I expect him to be back under center. Thank you to Chase Daniel for his performance, but no thank you. I don't want him to be our starter moving forward. I know a few Bears fans were calling for that, but that's not happening, okay? Mitch Trubisky is still the best option for this team, and he is still our starting quarterback. So, expecting that Mitch is back this week, the Bears now 3-2 on the year at home versus the Saints. What can they do, or what do they need to do to stop them? So let's talk about our first key for this game, and that is stop MT Michael Thomas. He is Teddy Bridgewater's security blanket, folks, okay? And I just read you the stat line. Michael Thomas has dominated, okay? And again, it seems, pretty straightforward. Obviously, you stop Michael Thomas. Yes, but the main reason I want to highlight it is because with the Bears, Michael Thomas is the main guy Teddy Bridgewater looks at. He doesn't really throw to anybody else. The other receivers, Jared Cook, Ted Ginn Jr., doesn't really look at him. It's either a check down pass to Alvin Kamara or it's throw it to Michael Thomas, okay? So the Bears need to take away Teddy Bridgewater's first option, which is MT. Make sure we get our secondary and Kyle Fuller, Prince Mukamara, Eddie Jackson, all our guys to double, I don't care, double, triple team. Do whatever it is. If Ted Ginn beats you, so be it. I'm not letting Michael Thomas beat me, folks, because that is all Teddy Bridgewater looks at. You need to put the clamps on Michael Thomas. Now let's move on to key number 2 for the Chicago Bears. The run D needs to return, folks. Where has the Bears run defense gone, folks? We just got lit up by a rookie running back in Josh Jacobs, who ran all over the Bears for like 120 plus yards and 2 touchdowns in London. And we got Alvin Kamara coming to town. So if we couldn't stop Josh Jacobs, just imagine what Alvin Kamara can do. And we've been pretty shoddy in our run defense, folks. It's been pretty pathetic what, our run defense has done the last few weeks. So we need to absolutely find a way to get our run defense to play well again. Because again, this is the other part here. Teddy Bridgewater, as well as he's played, it's only because the primary options have been there for him, which is check down to Alvin Kamara or it is throw to Michael Thomas. I've already addressed the Michael Thomas thing. Now it's with Alvin Kamara. You can't let Alvin Kamara get going, folks. He is dynamic. This is a top 3 running back in the NFL. The Bears' run defense needs to return quick, fast, in a hurry. If they let Alvin Kamara do anything close to what Josh Jacobs did to us, I mean, this is going to be a blowout. It is straight up going to be a blowout. So I need the Bears' run defense, the interior of their defensive line, to really step up. I don't know if Hakeem Hicks is going to play in this game. It's up in the air. But we need the other guys to step up. There needs to be a conceded effort. And hopefully during the bye week, they've seen tape and find a way to mask that. Now, Alvin Kamara hasn't been too impressive so far, what he's done on the ground. 16 rushes for 69 yards and a touchdown. 17 rushes for 69 yards and a touchdown. 16 rushes for 62 yards. And then 11 rushes for 31 yards. So he has not been that great. So the Bears need to keep at it. But where Alvin Kamara is, that a lot of running backs are not, is in the pass game. He is excellent. A great pass-catching running back, so he can catch those screens. You can line him up out wide, and he can catch balls for you out there. So Alvin Kamara on the ground, we need to stop him ASAP. Now let's talk about my third key for this game. Attack via the pass. Get the ball out quick. So let me explain. In studying the Saints and their opponents the past couple of weeks, what's the best way to attack them, right? Because that's what good teams do. They find other teams' weaknesses and they attack that. Well, the Saints don't have a lot of weaknesses. They're not a funnel team either way. It's not like they're amazing against the pass and bad against the run, or bad against the pass, amazing against the run. No, they're pretty balanced, but I will say they are a bit more susceptible through the air, okay? Chris Godwin went off against them, had 2 touchdowns. They can be torched a little bit through the air because on the run game, I mean, Leonard Fournette couldn't do anything. Ezekiel Elliott got shut down, 18 rushes for 35 yards. I mean, the Bucs running game isn't that great. And we take a look at the fact that the other teams weren't able to do much on the ground. So to me, if I had to pick between, pass or run, I'm going to attack the Saints via the pass. And how I'm going to do so is with quick screens and quick outlets and quick slants and shallow crosses. Because here's the thing. The defensive line for the Saints with Cameron Jordan, they can put some heat on Mitch Trubisky, folks. He is going to be under pressure because the Saints defensive line can get pressure on the Bears. And the Bears offensive line, they have been awful. They have been absolutely awful. I've talked about it ad nauseum, really, with how bad the offensive line has played. Charles Leno, Kyle Long, they've just been awful. So the Bears offensive line, to compensate for that, we need to get the ball out quick. Matt Nagy needs to devise a game plan for Mitchell Trubisky to get the ball out quick before the pass rush gets there. And we need to attack them via the air, because against the ground, I mean, the Bears' run game has been non-existent. Our run game has not gotten going. David Montgomery is yet to cross 100 rushing yards on the year. So I don't have too much hope for the run game. So if I don't have too much hope for the run game, I got to rely on the pass game. And for the Bears, the key is, like I said, to mitigate that pass rush by the Saints, to get the ball out quick and get some, high completion throws and let some guys make plays after the catch. You get Allen Robinson in some space, he can make some things happen. Hopefully Taylor Gabriel is back. You can make some things happen with Taylor Gabriel. Tariq Cohen, we know how quick and dynamic he is. So just get those things going, folks. Those quick passes, get that going against the Saints, and hopefully we can make it happen and Mitchell Trubisky isn't under too much duress all night long. So those are my keys. So essentially, what am I predicting for this game, right? What is my prediction of who wins and what my final score is? And here's my thing. I'm really at a loss here, folks, because if you just look on paper, who's got the coaching advantage? The Saints. Sean Payton is a better coach than Matt Nagy. That's not debatable. Who's got the better wide receivers? The Saints. Michael Thomas is better than Allen Robinson. I love Allen Robinson, but Michael Thomas is. And for the most part, I mean, the other guys, Ted Ginn, Jared Cook, they're good receiving options. You can make the argument maybe that the Bears have better pass catches, but they certainly haven't played like it, okay? Running backs. This is easily the Saints. They've got Alvin Kamara. We've got David Montgomery. They have a good running back behind Alvin Kamara and Latavius Murray, too. So running back is a clear advantage to the Saints. Then quarterback play. I would give this advantage to the Bears. I would take Mitchell Trubisky over Teddy Bridgewater, but Teddy Bridgewater has held up his end of the bargain. He has not been that bad, so maybe you can call that a push, okay? So that's advantage Saints, 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 and then the Bears, the only advantage we have is our defense is better, but the Saints defense has been no joke either. So again, even those areas we win, it's not like it's a blowout, okay? And then the only thing I can think of as an advantage for the Bears is home field, okay? So to me, it's really our defense, our home field, and maybe our quarterback play, because again, I'll take Mitchell Trubisky over Teddy Bridgewater. So the numbers say the Saints are the team that are going to win this game. They're the better team. Here's where I'm at, okay? This is my least confident pick. I'm not hedging my bet here. I have to make a pick, so I will make a pick. There's two things that I keep thinking about. One, home field advantage matters a lot to me. I think the Bears at home, they are obviously the better team in terms of having that advantage at being at home and having the confidence. If this was on the road, I'd pick the Saints, no doubt about it. So home field to me matters a lot. The Bears just are a much, much better team at home. And then the other thing that I think about is the week of preparation, okay? So we saw this with the 49ers against the Browns. Now, again, I'm not comparing the Browns to the Saints. Completely different situation. But the 49ers had a week to prepare, okay? Coming off that bye on Monday Night Football against the Browns, they came out and they destroyed them. Now, obviously, I'm not predicting that at all, but I am saying there's something to be said about a week of preparation. You get 2 weeks to study up on your opponent, the tape. I'm sure Matt Nagy has looked at every single option on how to stop the Saints team. So you take an extra week of preparation, okay? and you take home field advantage and arguably the better quarterback, and I think the Bears have a good shot to win this game. Okay? Like I said, I think the Bears are better than any team that they've played so far. Maybe you can argue with the Seahawks, but I'll take the Bears over the Jaguars, the Rams, the Jaguars, the Bucks, and the Cowboys. And again, with the Seahawks, they're playing better right now. But to me, you take a home field advantage and you take the fact that they have had 2 weeks to prepare. I think the Bears can squeak one out here, 23-22, but I am not confident whatsoever, folks. Everything tells you to pick the Saints in this game just because of the numbers and how they've been playing and the matchup advantages here. But like I said, that's where I'm at, 23-22, a nail-biter in this one. The Bears pull one out very close at home, and they upset the New Orleans Saints. So that's where I'm at, folks. That's my pick for the Bears versus Saints. Let me know what you guys think, folks. Am I crazy to pick the Bears here? The Saints are the better team right now. There's no doubt about it. Let me know what you guys think. What's your prediction for this game? Give me your score prediction and your reasoning why down in the comments below. As always, if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Please make sure to subscribe. As always, thanks for watching.